And good morning. My name is George Koch. Today is the 15th of June, a special day indeed for everybody. Why? Well, it's Commissions Day. Let me explain how commissions work with World Profit. And especially after, well, we're going to be 24 years old in a couple of short weeks on August 15th. So the way we pay commission is we pay for the month before. In other words, whatever you had referred in the month of May, we pay on June the 15th. And the reason for that is we make a lot of sales through your referrals of associates upgrading. People are silver upgrading to platinum, and then people purchasing things like Rotator Genie and Affiliate Link Blaster and all that good stuff. We also have hundreds of sales of our traffic packages. So what we like to do is get everything all settled in, and then we pay. And today was payday, and we pay by, well, various methods. You can look up here under commissions, and we pay by PayPal and check. And if you're in Canada, we can pay by e-transfer. And of course, the best way, if you know, if you don't have a PayPal account or anything like that, it's no problem to send you a check, because we send a check in U.S. currency, and you can cash it, and that's great. So today was payday, and congratulations to everybody who earned a commission in the month of May. June is off to an incredible start. Really happy with sales. A lot of people are coming in at the full year silver package. If you're on the monthly silver and you're interested in prepaying for a year to save yourself some money, fill out a support ticket. If you look up to the top right-hand side of your screen when you're in the member area, it says support, a little orange button. You can click that and just say, I'd like to get a quote for upgrading to the full year. And that applies to platinum or silver. You can upgrade to platinum. In other words, we'll get you a quote and see if we can get you some savings, because when you prepay, you save almost half, okay? And you get all kinds of little bonuses and things like that. So don't forget about that. It's there. Always just fill out a support ticket, and we'll get to you. So again, Commissions Day is my favorite day because we pay on time on the 15th, and we've never missed a payment. Okay, I want to talk to you about what we're going to go through today. Is I'm going to actually show you folks how to do a promotion, how to sign up for a safe list, and how to log in and do your first promotion. And I'm just going to go through it, and I think you're going to like it, and it'll teach you exactly how, you know, how to get the ads and where to run them and everything like that. Very similar to the video that I do in training here, where on lesson number 3, you'll want to read this. It says training. On the top menu, training. I would like you to click on that link and watch the first video you see on the page. Okay, so the goal of World Profit when you become a silver member is to get yourself to lesson number 3 by clicking buttons that say advance to the next lesson. And then I want you to stay at lesson 3, because we've got a lot of work to do on lesson 3 that should take you probably about a week. And it involves watching the training video and going through those steps. And then once you've done that, you can now get your bonuses for upgrading, because you'll know how to use those bonuses. Okay, so if I click on training on the top menu, you will see that there's a video here that'll get you started. Okay, if you have any trouble with the video, you can download the video to any computer, tablet, laptop, anything you want, and you can watch it anytime you want. Okay, because it'll actually put the video file right on your computer. Or you can use the direct link here. Or of course, you can just click the play button. The thing that you need to understand about these videos is you can always pause them. For example, if I start this video right now and I get it playing, you'll see it's playing. You can always click over here and play again by clicking again. Okay, so when you click on these videos, you can pause them. That way, we had somebody say, well, you're going through very quickly. That's the solution right there. Just pause the video. Okay, you can back up the video. You can even increase the video to full screen by clicking this link here. Do you see how that just went to full screen? So now what I can do is when I'm watching my video, I can click it here. I can watch the video. Down here I have a control, pause. Okay? And you can fast forward the video by moving your mouse button over here, and you just click on a point and say, I want to watch it at that point. You can hit pause again. All right? So it really is straightforward how these videos work. As long as you know the controls are there. All of the previous workshops are the same way. That's why this player is so great. You can click on any of the workshops and do the same thing. You can also download the video source files for the workshops right here. Okay, so you can click on that link and download it, or you can see it on World Profit Tube, right? So you'll be able to watch those at any on any device. Okay, are there any questions about that? And don't hesitate to fill in a question that you might have in the chat area. I'll be happy to help you out. Okay. So what I wanted to do also is just a quick announcement to the monitors here. The testing went really well for the new Live Business Center, and we're continuing to modify it and make changes, but we don't want to do that when it's online. So we've reverted back to the our normal Flash-based Live Business Center. And sales are great. It's working out good, and I'm sure all of you are anxious to see what we come up with as we keep our testing going and everything like that. But so far, we're very happy. Okay. How do you sign up for a safe list? What do you do? Well, number one is before you try anything, you should watch this bootcamp lesson 1 to 3 must-watch video. Okay, this is going to give you the most help with how to sign up, where to go, and everything, and get you started in the program. But today I wanted to just take you through signing up for a safe list, because that's what that video says to do. It says go and start signing up for safe lists and exchanges, and this is how you do it. So what I wanted to do was I'm going to go to the 20 traffic streams here, and I just scrolled down at random. I just went down and I said, okay, well, let's sign up for one of these, and I picked this one. It's called List Volta. Okay, John Glockner owns and operates this since 2009. And what you want to do is when you get to these places, you always have to sign up for them. So the first thing you want to do is look for a Join Now link, which I did, and I clicked on it, and this is what I've got. Okay, so is everybody with me so far? The other thing that you need is, and this is recommended only, you don't have to have this, but I would suggest that you get an email program like Postbox or Thunderbird, which allows you to check your email easily. You can go between different email addresses, which is very advisable. When you sign up for these different things, you're going to have, you might have 4 or 5 email addresses, like Gmails and things like that. So I would recommend doing something like that, getting this. It's just easy. I've got admin@trafficcenter.com. I've got my Gmail addresses and things like that. Everything's all organized here, so it's really neat. Okay, it makes it a lot easier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign up for List Volta. I'm going to say, yeah, I want to accept the account. I'm going to fill out my name. I've got some auto, things from Google Chrome, which is good. I'm actually going to use my contact email is going to be admin@trafficcenter.com. Helps if I spell it right. Sometimes you need 2 email addresses. You need a contact email and a list email. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you only need 1. All right, so does that make sense to everybody? Some of these safe lists you need 2 email addresses. Some you need 1. Now your contact email address is where you're going to receive solo emails to. You won't get from the administrator, right? The owner. They will email you at your contact email. The list email, now that's different. You're going to get quite a bit of email to that one. So what I'm going to do is I will go with, let's set that one up as admin. Let's try admin@profitadlinks. Just going to randomly do that and go from there. Now these should be Gmail accounts. I own my own mail servers, so it's a lot easier for me to just use these ones as a demo because I'm actually already a member of List Volta using my Gmail accounts. So you can see username. The username is what you make up. In most cases, you will make up your own username. Okay, so I'm going to call mine gkosh, and I'll put a number beside it, 222. Right? Thing that you want to make sure that you're doing at this point, and I'm even going to do this because I want to make sure I keep notes on how I'm signing up to these things. I say list Volta, and I'm just putting in that my contact email, just a C with a comma beside it or a colon, is admin@traffic-center, and my list email is admin@profit-center or profit adlinks. Okay, and then my username is gkosh222. All right. My password, of course, you want to write that down too, right? So I'm just going to make one up. And put another one in here. I'm thinking I'm going to do the PayPal, and then I'll just put that down, and I'll say I want to join for free. All right, so let's see if that processes it. I don't need to save that yet. There's click here to continue login. All right, so what I'm probably going to receive is a couple of email messages to these accounts. Right, so what recommend you do is just wait patiently, because you'll probably receive the emails within 10 minutes, could be 5 minutes, depends on how busy their mail servers are. And importantly, you want to check if you have spam folders or anything like that, especially in things like Gmail. So if I go up to my Gmail account here, I might be able to check down here in my spam folder for a message coming in. Okay, so as you can see, I'm already a member of List Volta here. Now, admin@traffic-center. So you can see I've got List Volta. Do you see where it says here? I just received this, of course. And you see where it says, please confirm joining List Volta. That's important to do. If you don't do that, you won't be able to send mailings out or anything. Okay, so does anybody have any questions about that? And I did see there was a question that somebody wanted me to explain the communities. I will do that, no problem. Just put that on my little list of things to talk about today. I just want to make sure everybody's following along here before we continue. Everybody good with that so far? So you click on the link. And what it should do is bring up a browser, and you have successfully activated your contact email. You need to activate your list email to become an active member. Well, that's no problem. If it worked for that one, let's go down and check admin@profit adlinks list Volta. Do you see that where it says, please confirm the following link? You want to click that link. And what that does is it says your account is now active and you can log in. Isn't that great? So now, this is one of my favorite ways to run advertising after you've settled in and you've got your promotions going. This is called the login ad. And what happens is, before you get logged in, they show you an ad from somebody who's paid for it. Okay? It doesn't mean you have to do this. This is just one of my favorite ways to advertise at these types of sites, is login ads. So I got 60 credits added. I can click in here, or click here to continue login. Okay, so I'm going to log in. And you can see there's all kinds of helpful tutorials and things that come up. And what you're always going to do now is, since you've written down what your username is, right, you want to verify, how do I promote this site, right? Like, you know, where do I find my affiliate links and things like that? Because you can come back here into the member area, and where I found List Volta down here. You see this where it says, what is you want to add your referral ID. Well, you make this up. You see that? So what you can do is I'm not going to put this in for real, but I would go gkosh222, and then I would add update here. Okay, does that make sense? Right, so because I made that up, that's my username. So it's easy to remember, which is really neat. Okay, so going back to List Volta, you can look into different things. You can update your account info. You can do all kinds of different stuff. You can submit an ad here. You see where it says volatility stream? It says submit a blurb. So I can go put in an ad. Okay, traffic to 5 sites, and I'm just going to use my my JIT to put the URL in and say add. Only members with active profiles. So now I've got to go and activate my profile. You see where it says add profile? I would go in here. So just like you, when you get into these sites, try to do things. If they say you need to activate your profile, well then go to the profile and activate it. Do whatever they say to do. Okay, and then you can start posting to here. Upgrading. Do you want to upgrade? If you want to upgrade, these are great sites to upgrade at. If you have a budget, you know, you say to yourself, oh, you know, I'd like to upgrade in some of these sites. Feel free to if you want. You should be able to submit ads without upgrading or anything for a limited time. They might give you some credits to be able to use. Okay, well, which is often done for free advertising. Okay, when you sign up, you click here, and we go down. All right. Now, every time you get to one of these places where you're allowed to send an ad, there's a few things that you want to make note of. Is number one, they're going to usually give you 3 different things they need. They need a subject line, they need a message, and they need a URL. Okay, so you see there's a subject line here, there's a message area here, and there's a URL area here. Where do you get those things from? Well, they come from the member area. As per that, the video I was telling you about, if you go back up here, it says add examples. Do you see where it says add examples there? All right. So now what we're faced with is a whole bunch of ad examples that you can use ready-made. Everything is done on them. What I would recommend is if you see a button that says mask and cloak, you want to do that. Okay, so you want to click on that and cloak it, and then it'll turn into something like this where it says georgekosh.com. That way we can track the clicks that are being made to it. All right. So again, what you can do is you can just click on here and you right-click and you say copy, because we've got our subject. We're going to go in here and we're going to paste it in. Right-click and say paste. Sometimes, do you see how it said, well, you can add this, but it wants to cut that off a bit. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get rid of that. The ad still looks good, right? Promote affiliate links. Okay. The body of the message is up here, so we're going to go back to our member area and we're going to copy this. All right. Remember that these ads are a guide. You don't have to use them exactly as is. Right? And you shouldn't in many cases, as I'm going to show you. They're just something to save you time, right? So we go paste. But something that we need to make note of here, which is extremely important, is you don't want to add this URL in the message, because people will click on it and they won't get credits for clicking, right? You want to make sure that you put this URL right here down in the URL area. Okay, so I'm going to copy it and I'm going to put it in here. Okay, and this is the URL, the same one that's in here. So you can even copy it from here if you want. Now what I'm going to do to modify this ad is, well, I'm going to say get details below. And I'm going to get rid of everything down here completely. I don't need it. Right? Because when this gets sent out to the list, it's going to have a subject, a message, and a link that people click on to earn credits. That's how these sites work, is people click on these links to earn credits, then they see your ad for, say, 10 seconds. All right, so we're going to hit send, and it says, are you sure? Yeah. So there we go. So it'll say mailing in progress, will notify you when it will be finished, and you will see all kinds of ads and things like that. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes these ads are good. They'll lead you to something that you want to try. Okay? Depending on your budget. But what happened just now is interesting, isn't it? Let's think about it. Did I have to pay to send this mailing? I didn't spend any money at all. How can I send another mailing, though, without paying? Oh, well, that's the easy part. If you go back to your message area, and I'm just going to go to my one account here, do you see where it says List Volta? Well, what happens is if I go down here and I keep going down, do you see where it says click this link to earn NOKs or NOCs or whatever you want to call them? They're basically credits. I click on that link and watch what happens. It says enter the code to make, and then I say continue. You see how it says once you've been on this page for 6 seconds. So this will change. And there we go. I've earned 5,000 credits just for clicking on that one ad. Isn't that great? And look at this here. Isn't this wonderful? What a beautiful page this is. It just happens to have World Profit on it. Isn't that wonderful? Look at that. It even says World Profit. Online advertising World Profit. Get a page like this one. Okay? This is an excellent ad that was run by an expert. You can tell because there's very little to do on this page except for sign up. Okay? They want you to sign up, which is wonderful. They give you all kinds of places. Get a page like this one. This is probably a good one to click. So this is going to keep your attention for a while. Okay? But anyways, back to the basics here. Do you see? So I clicked on that ad and I got some credits. Now here's a neat thing about this, especially this program called Postbox, which I'm going to show you how to get it. If I am overwhelmed with email, like say I've just got so much email coming in, all you have to do is just highlight the one that you want and you can hit delete, or you can highlight them all. You can take your shift key, hold your shift key down, scroll down, and watch. All of them just got highlighted. Isn't that great? So you can click delete. So you can delete 500 messages with one click. Okay, using Postbox. And the way you get Postbox is you go over here, right to the top of the screen in your member area, and you click on Cool Tools. Okay, click on Cool Tools on the top menu. Now these are things, again, I'm bringing this to your attention because these are tools that will help you be more efficient. And you see down here, Postbox. I also highly recommend JitBit, just to save you from copying and pasting. Okay? Yeah, let's go do that. I can show people how to delete all of their messages in Gmail too. Let me get hooked up into Gmail here. And what I'll do is I'll sign out of my other account and I'll go back into my main one. And let me log in here. Okay, so I'm going to bring this tab button over here, and I'll squeeze it over here. There we are. So what you can do in Google is you can also just highlight all of your emails here by clicking on this button right there. You see where it says select, and then you select everything, right? And then you can click on delete here. It's amazing how much email you can select at the same time if you want. Thousands of emails all at the same time, and just delete them all. Okay? Does that make sense? That's right. And if there's like 500, it will come up with a little link up here that says, do you want to delete all 500? And you go, yeah, I'd like to. No problem. Okay? So that's how you go about making it really easy to do these promotions. Is you do one thing. You don't need to do a whole bunch of things. Just do one. Sign up for List Volta if you want. and then move on to other things if you want. Yeah, Linda, that's a good one. Let's show people how to whitelist. So when you receive email from these different companies, you might want to whitelist a message so that it never goes into your spam folder again. Okay, because you've got categories down here. Do you see there's a spam box? There's places that you don't want things to go. Okay, so I've got like social promotions, whatever. That's up to you. For example, say I've got all my updates here, and I say I'll do this delete thing again. So you see how we've got that? Do you see how it says all 100 conversations are selected? Select all 39,000. Imagine 39,000. Select. Now all I have to do is say delete, and the whole box will be clear. Okay. And then into Linda says, how about trash? You can go and you can clean out your trash box. I don't ever bother with that because they're in trash. They don't come up. But if you want to clean these things out, it's no problem. But let's go to the inbox here, and let's say that we want to whitelist something. When you whitelist something, it means it will never go into your spam folder. It will go into the inbox. Watch. So if I click on the email and I say classic solo mailer, I'd like to whitelist that. So what you do is it'll say more up here. You click on that and you say filter messages like these. Okay. So then you click on that and it says, well, the from is admin at classic solo mailer. You can even say, I just want classic solo mailer in the from. Okay, but I'm going to leave it as admin. And don't worry about any of this stuff. None of that matters. It's just, I don't want anything from that address to go into my spam box. So what do you do now? I've really done nothing, right? You just go create a filter. Okay. Well, what do you want it to do? Well, I'd like it to never send to spam. You can categorize it if you want. Isn't that great? You can create a label if you want and label it. Totally up to you. You can forward it somewhere to another email box if you want. Create filter. And then it'll also apply it to all of the other emails that you're getting. I don't need to apply it because they're probably in my inbox. Create filter. There you go. To work on your different settings that you have, there's a little wheel up here too. You can go into settings. See where it says settings here? You can configure your inbox. You can customize, get add-ons, do things like that. Do you guys need to see anything else? JITBit, yeah, absolutely. Let me show you how to use JITBit. Let's make up some JITBit. Okay, let's have fun with JITBit. I don't mind doing that at all. So say I go into my JITBit that I've installed and purchased, and I right-click on it in the little box here. So we're going to go show. Let's add a promo. Okay, let's say that I want to take an ad that I'm going to use over and over again, like the one I used with ListVolta, for example. Right? Remember when I went in, and I'm just going to move this one over. Remember I went in and I did that promo using the ad examples, but I had to cut off the message and stuff. So what I'm going to do is I've got JITBit up and running here, and I'm going to say I want a new keyword. So you go to keywords and you say new keyword. Do you see how it says what's the keyword? What they mean by that is what do you want the short form to be, so that it's easier to associate a big long phrase or a message with a couple of keystrokes. Does that make sense? So say that I want this to be, this is going to be my ad, and to remember it, I might say add, see how it says ad ID 056? So I can say add, as in A, 05 or 005A or something, whatever you want to make it up with. You can also say add 56 subject. Does that make sense? Add 56 subject. Because I'm going to put the subject line in here that I want to use over and over again. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to grab this and I'm going to copy it. Okay, and I'm going to go back to my JITBit and I'm going to say paste. But remember, I had to get rid of some stuff here, right, to fit in. So I'm going to get rid of this and I'm going to leave it like that. So add 56 subject. I'm just putting the S in there because that's a subject. Okay, does that make sense? So you say, okay. Well, now we're rolling. I'm going to say I want a new keyword. By right-clicking, it just saves me from going up here. And then I'm going to go add 56M for message. And I personally, I write them down, right? I say these are my promos, these are my shortcuts. You can even print them out from this, but I like to just put them in here because I'm going to say you might have 3 subjects, 3 messages, and 3 URLs to get started, or one of each. It's up to you. How you do this is totally up to you. So now I'm going to take this message, and I'm going to copy it to my clipboard by right-clicking, and go over here, and I'm going to put the cursor in here, and I'm going to paste it. Now remember, we want to get rid of some stuff, right? We don't want the URL in there. We don't want any of that. We want to say, because we're going to use this for safe lists, I'm going to roll down here, and we're going to say, get details below. Okay, and we can go dot, dot, dot. And then all the rest of the message, I'm just going to hold my mouse down, left button down, I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, so that's add 56 message, and M is just short. Okay, we've got to do one last one for the URL, don't we? So we're going to go new keyword, add 56, and this is the URL. Or the URL, or whatever you want to call it. I'm going to just call it U. URL. I'm just going to put U in there. So we've got SMU. That's just how I'm doing it. It's totally up to you how you do it. So you want to go down here and you want to click on this and then right click, say copy. And then we go back to keyword and we're going to put that in and paste it. Just as is, it's perfect. Are you guys with me so far? So now we have 3 things. We have add 56 subject, add 56 message, and add 56 U. And when you come up with your system like this, you'll be amazed. You'll say, oh, this is easy to remember. Now I don't have to worry about coming back to World Profit in the member area, copying and pasting and doing all that stuff. Okay, so it saves, like Sandy is saying, it saves a tremendous amount of time. You could even go do the first 3, okay, and you could call it add 61, add 58, and then you'll always remember, oh yeah, that's right, 58. What's that look like? It's that one. Okay, let's go and use them. So say that I wanted to log into one of my accounts, and I go to my traffic streams. And I'm just going to go to Safe List Extreme, one of ours, just because it's easy for me to log in. Right? And again, I'm using something called RoboForm to help me log in. And so I'm going to log in. And I've already registered and everything, so I don't need to worry about any of this. Click Login. I'm going to skip the login ad because I don't have time. And we're in here. Okay, so I'm going to go, this is called Safe List Extreme. And just like with all the others, you click on the mailer, and it says send a mailing. Well, now we're just loving this, right? Because we've got everything ready now. What's the subject going to be? Add 56S. So it says traffic to 5 sites. So I'm going to get rid of that, and I'm going to say with no limits. Okay, no limit. And then in the message area, I'm going to put the cursor in there, and I'm going to say add 56. Remember this? M. Isn't that just awesome? Right? It just, I don't have to now remember, I don't have to use a copy. It's like a massive clipboard that with all kinds of things in it ready to go. Then if I go down here, I can even delete this right here. I don't need that. And I can go add 56, remember, U for URL. See how quickly that happened? I'm going to send this out to 1,000 people. And you can save it as a template if you want, okay, which I don't need to do because I've already got it saved. So I'm going to say send. It'll validate the URL, it'll make sure it passes all the page checks and all that good stuff. So I confirm, and there I go. Isn't that wonderful? No, you can't, Cassandra. You've got to fill them out if you're using JitBit, you have to use that each separate. However, if you are using a program called RoboForm, you can indeed save the entire form using the save button down here, but that's a little more complicated. I don't want to show that one. Okay. So yes, let's summarize what I use to save time. Okay, what I use to save time are the 3 tools. I'm going to pull up a notepad here. The 3 tools to save time. Number 1, JitBit. It's called JitBit Auto Text. Okay, and number 2 is Postbox. And I'm going to call it email system, email software. That runs on the desktop. And number 3 is RoboForm to save passwords and forms. Okay, and these are the top 3 things that I use to save so much time. They save a tremendous amount of time also just in your day-to-day work. For example, when people receive their commissions today, watch this. I have a message, WW11. It says, World Profit Commissions for May 2018. Keep up the good work. Let's make June even better. If you get a chance, we love to read testimonials and post them. Use the link in the member area, etc. So in other words, I put that in there to save me from typing that out to all of the people that got commission. I just typed WW11. Isn't that wonderful? Okay. I don't know if I can increase the view, but anyways, I'm going to put these right into here. Copy, and I'm going to paste it in here so that you folks can see. There. Okay, do you guys have any questions about that? That's right. You can use welcome letter. You can put as much stuff as you want in JitBit. It doesn't really have any limits that I've ever found. Okay. Okay, so I was asked to talk about our community. First of all, when you log in, you'll see a link up here by the Message Center, which, by the way, is very important to help you get, in events, things like today's boot camp. We'll post the link up there and a message and everything like that. So always check out your Message Center when you get a chance. If you go up here, it says join our social community. We actually have 2 sorts of communities. We have one in Facebook, which is right here where it says Facebook group. And I'm going to go there first because that's one of our communities. And you'll see that it's under World Profit Members. And you can join. There's no cost or anything like that. And people can come in and join. And then you get to do things like you can post in here. And best thing is I post all my bootcamp workshops in here, and they're at the very top. Okay, so by the end of the day today, you should see June 15th, and it'll be my workshop. This was a great workshop, by the way. You should watch this one. It's the June 8th one from last week. I talk about where to promote login ads, solo ads. I explain them all. You really should see that one. That's a great workshop. Okay, so then you can scroll down though, and you can post ads if you want about things, or more importantly, I think you can read about what other people are doing to promote World Profit. Okay, so you can ask questions, like Lawrence is one of our members. You can message them. You can say, do you have any great places to advertise? Of course, Lee Shaw, who's on the program now, is in here. and things like that. Okay, Howard Martell. If you ever want to talk to anybody, Howard Martell can send you links to everything he uses to promote. Okay, and the neat thing about Howard is he's up here all the time. He's number 2, and you know what? He just shares all of his secrets with you. If you just go to Facebook and message him and say, hey, can you send me all of the links you use? He'll just send them to you. Isn't that great? So that's one community we have. It's a Facebook group. The other one is our social community right here. So if you click on that, these things don't cost any money to join. Okay, so you can go right to it, and you can click sign up. Okay, so or you can sign in with Facebook, Twitter, Windows Live, anything like that. And you'll see latest activity. This is just what's going on. Got like an activity stream here. And you can go down even lower. You can see there's Brian Armstrong in our live business center. And you can look at calendars, events, things like that. Okay? And we have quite a few people in the community. If you look at the member area here, you can see that we have 27,405 members. Okay, so if you want to connect with anyone, you can look for them here. And again, you want to make sure that you sign up first. And there's no charge to sign up. All right. Are there any other questions? Have I missed anybody? I want to make sure that you guys see all of that. If you have any questions at all, feel free to type them in, and I'll do the best I can to help you. I also wanted to talk to you folks about just a process that we use with associates that you like that, because I know you guys send out a lot of mailings and you receive new members sign up as associates just like you did under somebody who sent you a mailing. Does that make sense? All right, so the process is pretty straightforward. When somebody signs up through your link, in other words, they go to right here, sorry, let me just pull this up on the ad example. So when somebody signs up as a result of your ad, they'll see this in the ad right here, and they'll fill in their name and email. Well, you'll receive an email saying that you signed somebody up. Okay, and that person will be sponsored by you, and if they come in as an associate and make a purchase or anything like that, you get commission on it. That's how essentially our affiliate program works. And then if you're one of the lucky ones that's able to sign up and actually have some time and do your promotion and earn credits and things like that, you'll be surprised at how easy it is to get people to not only sign up, but then convert into silver membership package. Okay? And Thomas says, is there anything that is better value than buying prospects? Oh yeah, by far. Right here, I want you to join our World Profit group immediately and make sure that you get into this video here. Do you see where it says June the 5th? Or sorry, June the 8th. I want you to watch that. And I'll show you how to get to it in our member area. Because Thomas, you really want to see that. Okay, it's right here. If you go to training on the top menu and you scroll down the page, I want everybody here to make sure they've watched the June, it says June 8th, sorry, June 8th. This one right there. Okay, make sure you watch that. It's really important. It'll answer your question so thoroughly, it's not even funny. It'll be great. Okay, autoresponders. Which one did you have in mind? Hopefully the one that we have included in our Platinum VIP membership, right here. Is this the one that you're referring to? Hope it is. It's a complete autoresponder system, and I'm going to have an addition that I'm adding on this week to it. You will be able to email everybody on your lists if you want. Just like with Aweber, you know how you're able to email everybody all the time, send out newsletters? I'm going to be adding that function to this. So that way, if you've got 28 people on one and you've got 10 on the other, you'll be able to say, send a newsletter, and it will say, who do you want to send to? All of your lists, or 2 lists, or 1 list, and then it'll send it out. Okay? That is coming. All right. What would you like to know about our autoresponder. Basically, the way an autoresponder works is people go to a page and they sign up, and then they receive a series of messages, right? Depending on how many, like this one here, auto tweets, 2 messages. I could have more messages here. How to sell PLR products. I can easily go in here, view and edit, and I can add more messages if I want. Okay, you just go down to the bottom, and it says create a new message. And then I can create as many as I want, and I can say what day to send it on, day 2, day 5, that kind of thing. All right? You can create opt-in forms. You can even use the landing page builder to create opt-in forms for your autoresponder, or you can just have a basic sign-up form. Yes, Thomas, Aweber is completely compatible with WorldProfit. What you do is you go to Add Examples up here, on the top menu, and you can click, do you see where it says Show Advanced Area 1? You will see that under Add Examples. Click on that, and then you'll see all we need is an Aweber form ID and a list name. And you can find those by using this Aweber form ID list name help video here. And once you just put in a message in here to entice people to sign up, that's all you got to do for Aweber. Get response is the same. And if all else, if you're in any autoresponder outside of WorldProfit or anything, you can use this one. Other autoresponder lists. And what this, as an associate, they will receive an email to sign up to whatever this is. And it will say this in the email message. Same with these ones, WorldGram and everything. It'll just say useful marketing tips, that kind of thing, and then they click on it and they sign up onto your Aweber list, as well as becoming an associate. And you can keep track of all of them right here, your external list join status. Isn't that something? All right. We have a lot of tools at WorldProfit. And if you're watching me now and you're thinking, boy, there's a lot of stuff going on here. Gosh, this guy's answering questions. He's showing all this stuff. If you're saying to yourself, boy, this is going so quickly, we have a thing called support. And you can use support anytime for some more guidance or hand-holding, right? To say, George, you clicked on this thing up here, cool tools, and I'm confused. Can you help me a little bit with this? Sure, I'll send you a personal reply, okay? And it'll say, this is what you should do. Sometimes I even record a video for you on my desktop, just like now, and I'll say, here's a video just for you to help you out with this, okay? That's what makes WorldProfit such a powerful community, is because we help people. If somebody said to me, I want you to break down the $99.95, what's the value do you see in the $99.95 or the amount that I pay every month? I would say, I think I can attribute 80% to support. We're always on support. We help people constantly, right? You can go to a lot of other companies and they will not give you the support that we do. The reason is we built and developed everything in-house. Okay, I've been programming now for over 20 years, and I program these things. So we can help you, and even our support system was created by us. Okay, so it all works really well. I still have time to take some questions. Does anybody have any other questions? Things that you need help with? Yes, Teresa, that's for sure. Oh, that's great, Glenn. I'm glad to hear that. And thanks, Bobby Joe and Gwen. That's what this was designed for. Absolutely. So just like Linda's saying, let's talk about our monitor program. Monitor program is done with your camera. That's already attached. And you can get details on it. And again, what you end up doing as a monitor is you come up here and you take a camera, just like Brian is now, and you help people with questions and answers that they might have when they come in. And he also is a guide for associates who come in, and he'll say, button here for associates, go watch the video. You probably all went through this before you upgraded to the silver or platinum membership. So we always look for volunteers like Brian, and what you get is explained here under monitor area. You could just click under monitor training to find out what is involved. And of course you can connect with Linda or Brian on Skype, okay, or you can phone them and say, you know, I want to become a monitor, but I have a couple of questions. That's fine. If you want to start the program, there's no charge ever, and it's great. But you need at least 2, I'd say 3 hours a week minimum where you can volunteer. Once you become a senior monitor, you're given $5 every time somebody upgrades to silver while you're on duty. You'll also get associates placed under you that don't have a sponsor. Okay? And if an associate enters the member area that doesn't have a sponsor or has a sponsor that's no longer with us as a sponsor, you get them. They become yours. Okay? So that's what you get for being a monitor. And it's easy to book times. We have a calendar and everything that you just go in here if you want to schedule some time. As a senior monitor, remember you start out as a junior monitor until you're trained and until you're comfortable. Right? And there's no rush for that. We want you to feel comfortable. You just come up here and you can book times. See where it says book a time? Click on book. A little pop-up comes up here, and of course your name will be here. I'm a supervisor, so I see all the names. But you just say, well, I want to book these times, and it shows you the local time right here. So it's 8:50 a.m. Central Time, and you can compare that to your clock and figure out what times work for you. Okay? And again, it goes at your own pace. Okay, you don't have to be like an amazing salesperson or anything like that. We'll give you help, teach you how to do things. How do you become a monitor? You click on the support tab up here, top right, or the one on the left, and you say click here for support, and you say I would like to be a monitor. And learn how it's done. That's it. And then you submit the request, and we'll upgrade you to a monitor, and we'll give you all the links and things that you need, and then you'll start your training with either Linda or Brian. You come up with them, no pressure, they'll help you out. Okay? And monitors are great because they can help silver members who need help too. Okay, so that's a really great thing about being a monitor. Do you guys have any questions about that? I'm just checking my time here. It looks like we're going to be ending our workshop here shortly. Speaking of monitors, let's go down and see who the top monitors are. You see this top monitors by hours. There's an example of the last 30 days. Riel Charret has devoted 101 hours to being a monitor, which is absolutely incredible. So hats off to Riel. Big thank you, of course, to William Buck and Peter Merrow, all kinds of Bruce Ray, Tanya Vick, Brian Armstrong, Glenn Emil, Bobby Joe. Look at all these hours. Dale, Linda. You know, this is what is great about this program. Howard Martell, Rich Moyer, Lisa, Susan, Teresa, Kong, and Varn James. And this is just a list of the top people. There's way more that go down below that. Okay? So a huge thank you to our monitors. Looks like our June top sellers, Linda, Howard, Bobby Joe, Mary, Peter and Tanya and Bruce, you're all up there. Good work. And again, today was such a great day. I love commission day. Send out commissions. I like that. Okay? Do you guys have any other questions or anything? If not, I'm going to say to everybody, have a wonderful weekend. Make sure that you keep up your promotions. If you have any questions, go ahead and fill out a support ticket because we're always here to help you. And just have a great day. Okay?